Good morning. I haven't put any hashtags on this video, and I don't usually share the dreams that I have, and I've stopped dreaming actually, but recently I've started dreaming again, and Jesus, it's obviously compelling me, share this, so I'll not put any tags. So if I've come across you and you feel compelled to listen, I'll share the dream and then I'll give you the interpretation. So Jesus came to me 2 nights ago and he was sifting through a couple of different kinds of kinetic sand. So initially the 3 colours I saw were green, yellow and like a blood red kind of sand, which was the 3rd kind. So at the beginning he was sifting through the green and yellow sand, and he doesn't speak to me verbally. He communicates to me with emotions and feeling. Like I can pick up on what he's saying through certain emotions, and I picked up as he was going through these grains of green and yellow sand, immense sadness, right? And it's almost like he didn't want to stop going through the green and yellow, and he was signaling to me that he's pretty much finished going through the green and yellow sand. You know how when you pick up the sand and it just falls through your fingers, right? He didn't want to move on to the blood red kinetic sand, but he was saying to me through his emotions, I have to start. And he really didn't want to. Like, I felt in that moment a comparison of love. Like those of you who are parents, you know, the love that you feel for your children, and you just don't want them to experience any pain and suffer. Like, you kind of feel it too. You love them like he loves us. Like, so, and if you look up the word hesed, right, it's a profound amount. Hesed, it's a Jewish word. That is how much he loves you, right? So here's the interpretation of the dream. The green and yellow sand is the wheat and the barley. So he's finished going through the wheat and the barley. He's pretty much finished, right? And he's marked and sealed all of the wheat and the barley. And he's about to go through the harvesting of the blood red kinetic sand. That is the grapes. The grapes need to be crushed. Now, when a grape is crushed, what happens? Red wine comes out of it. What's red wine signal? It's blood. It's red blood. So the only way for the grapes to be harvested is they have to be crushed. So unfortunately, the green and yellow sand, that's the bride and the 144. That signifies those of us who are Christians that have a relationship with Jesus, like a full-on proper relationship. Now, compare that. I like to compare that. What's my relationship with Jesus? Literally like a husband, right? So think about it. What would you do for your wife or your husband? Anyone out there? You know them so well. You know the kind of food that they like, right? When you cook them dinner and they come home from work, like dinner's waiting and it tastes the best, and you know that's kind of thing that he's looking for, right? You're giving things to that person without them even, like, you know what they want without them even asking to give it to you, right? They are your world. Like, that's a relationship. That's what he's looking for. And the time is pretty much come to a close for you to be that green and yellow sand or that wheat or barley. And very, very soon, regretfully, the only way for you to have a relationship with him is for you to be a grape. And he's sad about it. He's like, I felt from him, you know, like Not that he would want to change or could change fate of, because he's the judge, right? He can't change what's prophetically written, but I felt an immense sadness from him about it, right? So I guess maybe the interpretation of this dream, or what he's wanting me to get out there for you, is you're running out of time to get, to get that relationship with him before you have to be a grape instead of, you could have been wheat or barley basically, and now your only option is to be a grape. I don't know, it doesn't make much sense, I know, right? I sound like a Looney Tune even saying this, but those of you who this message is meant for, you're going to know exactly what I mean. So I just wanted to come on here and share that, and thank you so much for listening, and Jesus really does love you a profound amount. Like I said, don't forget to look up the word Hesed.